Rights activist in the Eastern Cape, Petros Majola, is urging all stakeholders to provide essential therapy for children who witnessed the brutal murder of 5 family members on Friday night at the Ntsiki village in Bityi. One of the victims was doing their matric at Ntsiki Senior Secondary School while her cousin remains in hospital. Newzroom Afrika's Ntsiki Nohiya is following the story and joins us now. Ntsiki, what another terrible morning, terrible experience for families in the community there. We also understand that one of these survivors, who is also in matric, is still in hospital. Please give us a status update.
Well, good morning, Iman. Indeed, one of the victims of Friday night tragedy, where 5 members of a Seti family were gunned down. 2 of them, that is the granny and grandmother and grandfather, were already asleep at 8:30 at night when 2 gunmen stormed their rendezvous and started shooting at them, and they proceeded to another house inside the yard and they shot at other people who were there, including the one that you're talking about, Azake, who succumbed to gunshot injuries. And Esinako is in hospital. She is fighting for her life in hospital, and what we are getting from the family is that she's going for surgery this morning, as she was badly injured in the head. Remember, Iman, one of the victims of that shooting is a 13-year-old Akanya, was doing grade 8 here at the school behind me, Ntsiki Secondary School, and those that were also inside that particular house on that night were also children. I'm talking about a 15-year-old Esetu, 13-year-old Iko, and 10-year-old Zamokohle, and they managed to to survive the shooting. They were told to cover themselves with the blanket, and the shooters then locked them from outside, but they managed to get out of the window and unlock the house and went to the neighbors to inform them about what had transpired. But the person responsible for child rights here in the Eastern Cape is Petros Majola from Kula Development Project, who's always advocating for the rights of children. Mr. Majola, 3 survivors, children, 15-year-old, the youngest is 10-year-old, they were present when their cousins and siblings and grandparents were gunned down. They must be in a very devastating moment right now. What do you think should be done to make sure those memories they are taken care of, so that those memories don't come back from time to time?
Ntsiki and the viewers, we have a lot of work to do in order to make sure that these surviving children get back to their normal life. And I must say that we are so moved by what has happened, especially when all kids were inside the house when the gunshots were discharged. And now we are saying for them to be able to face the real life, we need the social workers and the psychologists on board, so that a trauma debriefing and therapy sessions can be conducted. Otherwise, even if they can think that they are fine, they are not fine. There is a lot that needs to be done. We are busy engaging with social development, and I thought they had already visited and conducted the counseling sessions, and I was disappointed to learn that they have not been to the family. We will check what has happened. Maybe they got stuck on the road because of the bad weather in the Eastern Cape, but to me that is not understandable, because they have got the state resources, so they must render those services immediately.
There is Andy Nako, Mr. Majola, who is fighting for her life in hospital. We understand she's going to go for operation this morning, and we have Luyolo, who is currently writing his first paper at the school behind you, and we have the family at large that was there when this happened, what do you think went wrong? And most of them are women and children. And I was speaking to the premier of the province who was saying time for prayer without undermining, prayer. But that time is gone. We now need the deployment of soldiers. What do you think should be done to eradicate the scourge of crime in the province?
I share the same sentiments with the Premier to say that we are holding too much prayer services. We run men's indaba, we call community mbizos, but now it is time to stand up and organize ourselves so that things of this nature do not continue happening in our society, because we are losing innocent lives. Whatever happened in the family, but we have to make sure that we pull resources together. So for the child in hospital, definitely she needs counseling, but we will talk to Department of Education so that we check when will she be able to write the examination together with Luyolo, who is already now sitting for the paper.
Thank you so much, Petros Majola, the Managing Director for Kula Development Project here in the Eastern Cape, Iman, responsible, for the children's rights, saying that they will be, as the organization, in touch with the Department of Education to check if Esinago and Nago rather will be able to still sit for her final examination. The good news, Iman, then, is that Luyolo Seti was able to sit for his first paper at the school behind me. We spotted him walking inside the school, and he promised to speak to us so that we check if he was able to cope writing his first paper today, Iman.
Ntsiki Nohiya, thank you very much. Live to us from the Nsuku school. This is in the community of Bityi, where members and children were gunned down. Brutal murders of 5 family members, which unfolded on Friday.